The SMASHPOSTLE. I was talking about word bearers recently, so I thought while I'm here I'll go through my Dark Apostle build because I think he can make an absolute beast. It's something I've been excited to use for a really long time. I've never unfortunately got to because I haven't really played that many games with word bearers specifically. I've used Dark Apostles, but it's rough. If I was going to use them, it would have to be like a patrol detachment or something. So for me it's difficult, but it's a really good build. I think it's shockingly good, and you know, maybe one day I'll get to use it, but most likely not. But we'll talk about it anyway. So what we're going to do, you take a Dark Apostle and you give him the Cursed Crozius. Now what that does is it gives him +2 strength, AP -2, damage 3, and he gets to reroll failed wound rolls against Imperium units, which covers a wide range of enemies, pretty much anything that's not aliens, because Imperium, you know, covers not just Space Marines, but Imperial Guard, AdMech, Sisters of Battle, Custodes, whatever. If it's an Imperium unit, you reroll to wound. So then what I'd do is I'd go for Exalted Possession, which would give him the Possessed and Demon keyword, and it would add 1 to his strength and attacks characteristics, and add 1 to his movement characteristics. So the Dark Apostle would now have 5 attacks on the charge with Hateful Assault because he has 3 attacks base, +1 for the Warlord trait, +1 for Hateful Assault, so 5 attacks at strength 7 because he's strength 5 now base because of this Warlord trait, +2 for the Cursed Crozius. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And then what I would do is I would use the Revered Hosts stratagem, which is 1 command point, gives a possessed unit +1 damage. The Cursed Crozius is now damage 4 because it's damage 3 anyway. It's now damage 4. I would use Apostle of the Dark Council before the game for 1 command point. It allows him to know and cast 2 powers per turn. So what I would do with that is I would go for the Omen of Potency, which adds 3 to his attacks, meaning he now has 8 attacks because it's 5 + 3, and his armor penetration value becomes AP -4. So this mace is now strength 7, AP -4, damage 4 with 8 attacks. And then you could choose really anything you wanted. You could just cast the normal reroll hit rolls because then you're rerolling to hit with this mace as well as rerolling to wound against the Imperium. You may be within range of a Demon Prince or a Chaos Lord though, and he's weapon skill 2+, so you'd be getting your reroll ones to hit anyway. So I probably wouldn't because, you know, most likely you're going to have him near a Demon Prince or something. I may even have him near a Demon Prince to get reroll ones to hit, and then have the Demon Prince cast Diabolic Strength. Then he's got 9 attacks at strength 9, which is even crazier, but you know, that's optional. You know, you can have +1 to wound with his second power. You could have -1 to hit on himself. I'd probably go for +1 to wound personally, because it would save you spending a CP on veterans, because he's, you know, strength 7. He'll be wounding most things on either 3s or 4s. That's not the best, bracket. So I think I would, you know, rather than spending a CP every turn on veterans, I'd go for the Omen of Potency and probably the Soul Terror Portent. So he gets +1 to wound. So then he'll be wounding, you know, anything less than him on 2s and anything equal to him on 3s and getting his rerolls. But even then, honestly, even if he is just wounding on 3s, you know, at strength 7, wounding on 3s, he has flat rerolls. Flat rerolls are brilliant, you know. He'll probably make most of his wounds. I mean, it's just up to you at this point. You know, you could make him Khorne, so he's got +2 strength, and he's strength 9 even without Diabolic Strength. You know, you could do anything, but the main one is the Omen of Potency for the +3 attacks and AP -4. And if you wanted to, you could even go over to this book and use the Vessels of the Neverborn, which is 1 command point. He'd need to be within range of a Master of Possession, but he probably is because at this point he's a demon, which means you can cast Cursed Earth, give him a 3+ invulnerable save. You can cast Infernal Power, give him reroll 1s to hit and wound just straight off the bat. You wouldn't even need to be within range of a Demon Prince. So I take back what I said about a Demon Prince. Never mind Demon Prince. Have him within 6 inches of a Master of Possession. Put Infernal Power on him. He gets reroll 1s to hit and wound now. Doesn't matter about the wounding. He's already reroll 1 to wound. But he gets reroll hit 1s. He can have +1 invulnerable save for a 3+ invulnerable save. And he can use this stratagem, which gives him +1 strength and attack. So he'd have, I think, where even am I for attacks now? Is I on 9 attacks or something? He's now got 10 with +1. Strength, this would make him strength 8 base, essentially. So he's now strength 8. He's now wounding Marines on 2s natively. He's now wounding most vehicles on 3s, getting 4 rerolls. And that would be without needing to use either veterans or the Solitaire Portent, which would free up another ability for you to use, another prayer that you wanted of your choice. There's so much cool stuff. Now, you could obviously, instead of taking the, so, you know, where did I even get to? I was on like 10 attacks, or 9 attacks, 8, 9, 10 attacks, strength 8, or 7 at least, re-rolling to wound, AP -4, damage 4, absolutely mental. Re-rolling to hit as well, absolutely mental. Maybe even a 3+ invulnerable save, just purely disgusting. If you wanted to, you could make it the Black Mace instead. The Black Mace is +3 strength, AP -2, damage 2, so it will become damage 3, and it will become AP -4, and because it's +3 strength already, you'd only need 1 strength bonus. You'd only need the Warlord trait itself for the +1 strength and attack to get him to that nice area of strength 8, to wound Marines on 2s, wound vehicles on 3s. You know, he doesn't have the reroll wounds with the Cursed Crozius. So this is the build I would use if I was playing a non-Marine army, if I was playing a Xeno army, because I could still get reroll 1s to hit and wound with the Master of Possession, casting Infernal Power on him. I could get +1 to wound from the Solitaire Portent or veterans to make sure that I was hitting on 2s, rerolling 1s, wounding on 2s, rerolling 1s, with again 8, 9 or 10 attacks. You know, AP -4, damage 3, you know, and that's against Xenos. If you were playing Marines, you'd be damage 4. This is crazy. I'd love to use a big mental Dark Apostle like this. It's, you know, the amount you can stack him up, it's crazy. And you can do it without you know, because 9th edition, obviously now you're 9th edition, you know, you can only have so many +1s to wound and that sort of thing. You know, you can do this without stacking +1s to wound. Something that Possessed did in the Possessed bomb was stacking +1s to wound. They didn't have stacking, they get +2 or even +3 to wound, I think sometimes. It was pretty crazy. You can get this guy working, you know, without ever having to use that, or maybe just, you know, 1 +1 to wound and that sort of thing. So it's, you know, it's 9th edition safe essentially. Obviously, the Vigilist book doesn't work in tournaments, so you wouldn't be able to use the Vessels of the Neverborn for the +1 strength and attacks in an actual tournament, but that's fine. You don't need it. You can make him perfectly, you know, just as powerful from just these 2 regular books. Anyway, I don't want this video to go on too long, so I'm going to leave it there. Dark Apostles, they're crazy. Unfortunately, you have to play Word Bearers to do this. That's basically why I've never used this, because I don't play Word Bearers. They're you know, not so great in game at the minute. But man, if you are playing Word Bearers, having a Dark Apostle like this, a big bad SMASHPOSTLE, it could be worth it. He's probably going to handle anything that comes his way. Oh, absolutely incredible. Anyway, I hope you like that, and I'll see you in another video.